Hey, we're back. This time we're going to be taking a look at Arcadia Quest Pets expansion. This one is a expansion pack. It does require that you own either Arcadia Quest the base game or Arcadia Quest Inferno in order to play. There is a campaign in there for both of them. It's kind of the same thing, but it cycles into both of those, as well as rules for adding pets to the standard campaigns of both games. I'm going to dump everything inside by flipping it over, but it comes with a decent amount of components. You have all the pets here. I know they're hard to see. We'll get closer up on them when we get in there. And you have a handful of bosses here. You have 2 new playable characters, as well as the dashboards and things to add the pets to your games. A couple new map tiles, and of course the new scenarios. We'll get right in and take a look. So the first thing we have right on top here is our new campaign book. It's kind of a campaign slash rule book. They're separate in all the others, but this one kind of combines the two. We have our components list there. How to set up the pet added onto your guild. And the various aspects of the pet cards. They're pretty much the same as a character card. Not a lot different there. And then there's rules on how to add pets to your campaigns and how they level up. Each pet has 3 different basics to them, and they are, there's the example. Each pet has 3 different basics, and they are going to get stronger and level up as the campaign progresses. They also get access to their own types of equipment and abilities that are going to boost them up. And there's the overview of the campaign itself. I'm not going to show the actual campaign stuff because that's kind of spoiler. And then in the back we have our new heroes, Green Hood and Oak, as well as the various pets. My wife's going absolutely nuts because there's a ferret pet. She loves ferrets. We actually own 4. And then they show a little bit more of the pets and some fluff about the various enemies and our big bad guy in this one. So this last page actually shows you with Arcadia Quest, and this one behind this for Inferno, where to add pets to the existing scenarios so that you can rescue them and use them as part of all your games, and all the different scenarios are listed in there. Even Beyond the Grave. I did not know that one was in here. So there's one for Beyond the Grave as well. And then they have full-page campaign sheets in the back, as well as the pads. You have our campaign pads so you can keep track just like you do with any other campaign. A couple new map tiles. Again, these keep the same formatting as the other ones. So if you have all of the expansions, they actually start with 1 through 9 in the base game, and then 10, 11, 12 I think are in Beyond the Grave, and so on, all the way up. We're up to 24 now. And these have various images from the park and whatnot on here. Lots of outdoor stuff. I think they're double-sided in that that's the standard Arcadia Quest, that's the Inferno, I think, because that looks like the same tile in both. We have our dashboards. These aren't color-coded, so they don't match the guilds, so you can use them with any of the original guilds or any of the Inferno guilds. These are actually going to set next to your normal guild dashboard to add a slot for your pets. And they have the cool box art for pets on the back. Next we have new mission cards for the pets expansion. Of course, they're all branded with the logo. Lots of different new missions. I won't kind of show them all because they're going to give away some of the campaign, but new missions are always good. Next we have our colored bases. These are made pet size to fit onto the base. I think you get 2 of each color guild in there. Probably, as with the normal colored bases, I'm probably not going to use these on mine because once they're painted, they tend to scratch the paint off the base. They're really hard to get on and off. I haven't tried these, but I know the original ones were. I'm always afraid of breaking the figures off their bases. These ones are made of a different material. They're a harder plastic, as you can hear there. The other ones were kind of a softer, more flexible, so I'm not sure if that would make a difference, but they're there if you want to use them. Bunch of different cards. First two on here are going to be our two new heroes, Oak and Green Hood. I originally thought the thing she had in her hand was a bow, but it looks like it's like a double-sided dagger staff type thing. And then Oak is a druid, basically a healer. He actually heals himself for walking around outside, which is kind of cool. Next one we have are new cards with these greenbacks. And these are going to be our pets. Each one of them has 3 cards to show their various evolutions as they get stronger. So we have Bumble the panda, Padfeet the Wolfie. I like how he's a wolfie pet, not just a wolf. Puff the dragon. I'm only showing their smallest version. They get cooler as they get bigger. Rawr the Lion. I love some of the names. Moon Pie the pony, who eventually turns into a full-fledged My Little Pony. Tickles the ferret. Meow the kitten. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Newton the chameleon. Talon the dinosaur. Sheldon the turtle. Barnaby the monkey. And Ace the dog. Next we have new monster cards. These wild pets come in various scenarios. They're also summoned by the final boss. It's basically a random pet. You use those models, but they have these stats, which are kind of interesting. Then we have hedge hornets, and again there's multiples of each of these because they level up as the campaign progresses. Then we have gorillas, which are kind of a combination of a koala and a gorilla. Owl bunnies. These are kind of annoying because it takes a wound from you just to even attack them. And then our final boss, who summons all sorts of evil meanies to her side. Next we have a deck of reward cards from the various missions and things you're going to be doing. I won't show too much of them in case there's any spoilers in there. I don't think there are, but these are basically upgrades that are going to go on your pets to give them various new abilities and stats. And because they add on to the campaign as well as have their own little campaign, you've got new equipment for each of the levels. Out of order. And I think these get shuffled into the standard upgrade decks for each of the levels as you're playing. I'm not positive on that. I actually haven't played the Pets expansion yet. We've been too busy trying to catch up on everything else. But I'm pretty sure they get shuffled into those standard decks. And these give you abilities to draw interesting little things to go with your regular equipment. Now I will give credit, I've already taken most of the stuff out of here, but for the first time they actually built a pretty much functional and usable insert. Maybe it's a step forward for Arcadia Quest in general, cool mini or not. Don't know how many people are going to keep this, but it is a nice start to actually have something to keep the figures in, keep all the components in without them being all over the box. It's a step in the right direction for them anyway. For our figures here, we got our 2 new heroes. There's our new boss. There's only 1 owl bunny. I actually thought there'd be more of those. Then we have 4 of the hornets. 4 of the koalas. And then all of our pets. And the adorable little ferret. Can't wait to get those all painted up. And that's a look at everything that comes in the Pets expansion. I do like the fact that it adds on to both the original game and Inferno, as well as the Beyond the Grave expansion. I didn't know about that one going into it, so that's kind of a cool little bonus. And has its own small expansion as well as being able to tie into all those. There are a lot less figures in this than some of the other sets. I guess not in total if you count all the pets, but Monster-wise, there's much less, but because they combine with the other expansions, you're going to be using monsters from those. So you're already going to have those models, so they didn't need to include them in here. But that kind of looks like there's less when you see it out of the box like this. Overall, though, it looks like a fun new addition to the game. The ability to have pets join your guild and get the bonuses from them, as well as the little extra to the campaign games. Add some replayability to the old campaigns, and the fact that you can now find and rescue these pets and have them join up as part of your guild. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for the Arcadia Quest Pets expansion. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.